Scariest Creepypastas Part 1 went pretty nicely, and if you're here for more, just wait till you hear what we've got in store for you. We've chosen the other 6 of the scariest creepypastas on the web, and we can't wait to tell them to you. Join us in this Fear Fest as we uncover the 12 scariest creepypastas of all time, Part 2. Let the games in fear commence. Number 6. Unit 731. What happens when you mix Nazis and medicine? You get the most gruesome medical crimes that have ever occurred in the history of the world. If your idea of medical cruelty was Dr. Mengele, wait till you hear what happened at Unit 731, a Japanese chemical warfare research and development unit. It had been opened during the Second World War, and to say this place was the creation of a nightmare would be a gross understatement. And you know what? The USA secretly granted all of these cruel researchers war crime immunity, meaning they could not be brought to court to testify for their crimes. Some of the things that happened there include vivisection, biological warfare, weapon testing, and much more. Commonly, the prisoners were referred to as slogs of Maruta in Japanese. Guards used to say to themselves, "How many logs fell?" referring to the dead prisoners. When it comes to war crimes, these 300 or some researchers were numbed to the screaming of patients due to their experience with animals. That translated to live vivisections without the use of anesthesia, after which many patients died. They used these victims for virus and disease testing, especially STDs like syphilis and gonorrhea. And the cruelest one of all were the weapon testing. They used to put the patients next to a grenade, detonate it, and analyze the results. Then, they would repeat the experiment, changing the distance between the patient and the grenade. All of the medical results and discoveries were handed off to the USA, and before anyone could seize the evidence from the gruesome crimes, they were all destroyed near the end of the Second World War. Number 5. The most amazing weight loss treatment ever. Man, teenagers sure do a lot of crazy things, but this one is unlike anything you've ever heard before. When you're a few pounds overweight, the only thing you want to do is lose them. I mean, you wouldn't want them being a drawback, do you? Especially if they make it harder for you to date. One girl tells the story of how she wanted to lose the extra 10 pounds, and she basically tried every diet known to man. When nothing else worked, she read about parasites and tapeworms living and feeding off the host's body, so she thought she might try it. Knowing you can't just buy parasites off Amazon, she opted in for Craigslist. She found a guy, met him in a hotel, and received the parasite. And even though it is scary and dangerous, she had worked out a plan on how to stay safe. She took multivitamins on a daily basis, and she actually started supplementing with protein powders. And you know what? The diet actually worked. She had lost about 20 pounds in the process. However, she doesn't recommend keeping the parasite in you for more than 5 to 6 months. She says after that, the fetus is fully developed and there's not much you can do about it. You heard that right. The woman was actually pregnant, and the man that gave her the parasite actually had sex with her. If you like the first 2 picks, don't forget to smash the like button. It helps us out a lot. Number 4. Borrasca. It's one of the longer 2-part creepypastas you'll read, but it's worth every minute. It's flawlessly written, and you will enjoy the thrill and the mystery surrounding the disappearance of people in the small town of Drisking, Missouri. It follows the story of a family that moves to the small town, and both the daughter and the son don't like the idea. Kimber, his sister, and Kyle, her older friend, decided to take the little brother to a secret location called the Triple Tree. They drove their bikes over there, and then they wanted to go up. However, before they do, they have to do the 1-minute ceremony. First off, they have to carve their name into the tree trunk below the treehouse, and they have to say, "Underneath the triple tree, there is a man who waits for me, and should I go or should I stay, my fate's the same either way." The boy was hesitant at first, then he agreed. They all did the ceremony, and they climb up the tree. Kyle then told the little boy about the Borrasca, the place where people who disappear usually go. That's also the place where the skinned men live, who do very bad things to anyone trespassing. Everything seemed good and fine. The boy is going to school and the family is mudding through. Eventually, Kimber went missing. The only one who saw her was her little brother. The sheriff and her father start an investigation looking for her, but her brother knows where kids who vanish usually go. It's the Triple Tree and Baraska. He goes to the treehouse and his eyes fill with tears. If you want to know the ending, you better read part 2. Number 3. Anansi Goatman. This creepypasta has been deemed one of the scariest on the internet, and they're not wrong about this. It actually might change the whole way you look at camping. You'll maybe even postpone your camping trip for another year. It basically surfaced on the web in 2019, and it took the world by storm. It follows a large group of friends that go on a camping trip. While they're having fun and games, Tanner and his father come from the woods and ask if Tanner can join their group. All of a sudden, this metallic odor fills the air. You know that smell that fills your nose after it's been filled with blood? That's how the air reeked in the forest, and it only intensified as the night went on. Suddenly, one by one, the 11 friends were picked off by the Goatman, until only 8 were left. Wanting to protect themselves, they even got a shotgun, but to no avail. They couldn't keep it out of their trailer. Finally, they decided that it'd be best if the group retired in their trailer and don't get out until morning came. However, neither this didn't stop the Goatman from getting in. At one point, one of the guys noticed one of the many friends, whom he didn't know personally, had gotten out of the bathroom and laid on the floor to sleep. When he counted them again, there were 9 people in the trailer. The Goatman was among them. They later realized he was getting in through the small window in the bathroom. Number 2. Smile Dog. This is what happens when a creepypasta goes horribly wrong. Initially, the story about smile.jpg began in 1992 when a group of people saw it on BBS, a bulletin board system. Mary E. was only one of the victims of this haunting photo. When the interviewer at the beginning of his career wanted to interview her, she agreed, but then locked herself in the bathroom and never talked to him. It seemed odd at first, but 1 year later, the reporter got an email from Mary. There, she talked about how smile.jpg ruined her life. The darn dog seemed to appear every night in her nightmares. It would be the only thing she could ever dream of, and the only thing that it wanted was for Mary to spread the word, to ruin the lives of other people if she wanted her torture to stop. Mary locked herself in the bathroom because she couldn't bear to seal the reporter's fate by giving him the image. Although many fake copies of the image resurfaced online wearing the name of smile.dog, smile.jpg was the only photo that had the power. Terrence, Mary's husband, even said that when he finally destroyed the tape in the furnace, it let out this hissing noise, like it had a soul, like it was being burned alive. Just a little word of caution, should you see smile.jpg in your email, please avoid opening it. And at number 1, Robert the Doll. In the 1800s, the Otto family bought a mansion in Key West, Florida. It was all good until one day, the servant of the Otto home was seen doing black magic in the backyard. She was instantly fired, but not before giving Robert, Mr. Otto's son, a doll. Robert loved this straw-filled doll. He dressed it up in his own clothes and even sat with it at the dinner table. Things turned out for the worse when Robert changed his name to Gene, saying that Robert was the doll's name. He experienced problems with his mental health, and him and his mother were driven insane by this doll. The family that purchased the house began experiencing problems with the doll after having moved it into the attic. One night, the husband and wife saw it sitting at the foot of the bed with a knife in its hand. This was more than enough to get them to sell the house. Currently, Robert resides in a glass box at the East Martello Museum in Key West, Florida. Any visitors who mock him will be cursed for life, and if you want to take a picture of him, you will have to ask him politely and wait for him to nod his head. If he doesn't, you are forbidden to do so, as he will curse you and everyone you came in with. We don't know how far-reaching the powers of this doll are, so we'd like to say, Robert, you are very handsome and you look beautiful. And on that note, we end this video. But hey, do you know any other scary creepypastas? You can mention them in the comment section below. If you'd like more videos like these, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.